Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, it's lovely to see you again and thank you so much for returning. And if you're new here, then welcome. My name's Sophie and it is a great pleasure to have your company today. So today I wanted to do a sort of review of this bag. This is the Zipped Bayswater in the size mini, I think. I'll pop it on screen if I'm wrong, but I think it's the size mini in the Zipped Bayswater. It's in the colour Oxblood, and I've had this bag for a couple of years, I think, maybe longer than 18 months. So yeah, if you can hear purring, I've got a little helper down here in the shape of Simba. Come on up here. Come on, quick sticks, good boy. Go on then, up you get. No, okay. So I just wanted to do a quick review of this bag. I haven't used it massively, partly because of illness. I haven't worked for the best part of a year. Good boy. And partly because it's been spring and summer as well. And I have other bags that I rotate in my collection. So for those reasons, it's barely been used. But I love it and I love the colour. Mulberry have, in their infinite wisdom, discontinued the colour Oxblood, which I don't understand personally, but I'm sure they had good reason. Obviously you can get Mulberry Oxblood pieces on the second-hand market still. This was actually brand new when I bought it, but I bought it from a consignment shop, so I got a really good price for it. So I'll just quickly take you around the features of the bag. This bag is actually full of my stuff at the minute because I've packed it as if I were using it as my work bag, which is the only way that I would use this bag personally. It's a bit too structured for me. If I were just going shopping into town or something, I wouldn't carry a bag this structured around with me. However, it makes a fantastic work bag. It's elegant, it's timeless, it's a classic shape, it's a classic style, it's a classic colour, and I really do love this bag. So, just to begin with, on the front you have the Mulberry branding in gold. It says Mulberry England, foiled into the leather. And then just moving a little bit further down, I've got another bag here that's just out of the view of the camera, so let me just move that. There we go. So you have a mini postman's lock with Mulberry at the bottom of the lock. I'll see if I can point that out for you, which is just here. Oh, there. This lock is working. It does work. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, you can open it, have it like that for a different look, but it doesn't really serve an actual purpose other than for decorative reasons. So it has rolled top handles as well as a long crossbody or long shoulder strap. I've got this strap on the middle setting, and it works fantastically as a crossbody strap for me. Whether or not it would work on the middle setting for me, with a big, I've got like a quilted coat that I wear in the winter. It's quite long, it goes all the way down my legs. It's like mid-calf level. And whether or not it would work well as a crossbody bag on this setting with that big coat on, I'm not sure. I'm yet to find out. However, it will remain on that setting until I know different. Let me just let the cat out. Go on then, out of here. Good boy. Sorry about that. Yeah, we will find out, I suppose, at some point, or I will find out at some point. But I can always, lengthen it again. I mean, when I first got this bag, the person that had it had got it. No, I'm lying. It hadn't been used. It was this bag here that had been used, which is the small Bayswater in black. and the crossbody bag, sorry, the crossbody strap on this bag had been used. I'm getting confused. This bag had never been used, that's right. So, but because I was a lot bigger for a long time, I used to have it on the longest setting. There's no keeper on the end of this strap, so this bit just flops about and just looks a mess. It's a pity because on some of my other Mulberry bags there is a keeper on this bit of the strap, so I wish they'd have bothered putting one on here. So it has bulldog clips which have Mulberry branding and then Mulberry branding, and they attach to the bag here and here with little D-rings in the same tonal metal. It's almost like a yellow brass colour. So the top of the bag, completely zipped, very, very secure in that sense. Now yes, you can get your fingers in here, but you're not pulling much out. Really, you'd have to be a pretty genius pickpocket to get something out of there. So it has the tonal zip, you've got leather here, and the zip, as you can see, sits down inside the bag. There's a lip here. So tonal zip, it has a good long zip pull, which is just a couple of bits of leather. Mulberry tend to do this on a lot of their zip pulls. It's lovely and smooth. It has the tail on the end, which you can, get hold of if you want to fasten the bag up, which is really great. You've got a feature of leather down here, which does actually give the bag more strength. No feet on the bottom, and then on the other side it's just the same. You've got the two pieces of leather here, and then again, no feet. That's the view from the side. You can see the strap here that goes round the bag, and then the other side, that's the view. So it's a really lovely, structured, formal bag. So I'm just going to take the strap off this bag just to get it out of the way. And then we will proceed, because what I'm going to do is get all the stuff out to show you what it can hold. So that's what it looks like without the strap. And you can, it does make a great top handle bag, because you can get it all the way, up to the elbow. And even when I was bigger, I could still do that with this bag. So I'm a UK size 12 at the minute. But when I was at my biggest, I was probably a UK 24 probably. And I could still, comfortably get this on the crook of my arm. So moving inside, you can see that I've packed this bag all the way up to the brim. I've done that on purpose because I wanted to remind myself of how much this bag can hold, and also just experiment with how much this bag can hold. So because in the Northern Hemisphere in England, we are moving into autumn, I decided that A, I would get this bag out, because for me this is an autumnal bag. B, I'm looking at going back to work soon, hopefully, so I would need to get this bag out and start using it again when I do go back to work. And C, obviously, I wanted to see how much it could hold, and then could I get gloves on top, because we're heading into autumn, what follows autumn, winter, so I will at some point be needing gloves. So they're just cheapy gloves, they're not bulky or anything like that, they're just the normal sort of woolen gloves that you can buy from anywhere. So I'll put them there out of the way. So that's how all the stuff is laid out inside this bag. You can see that I really have put a lot of stuff in here. It's right chock-a-block up to the brim. So I'll get the stuff out and we'll see what all it can fit. So right on the top I've got and what I've done is actually stacked a couple of things on top of other things, which is my preference. You don't have to do that, but as a work bag I would be happy to. So right on the top, I'll show you if I can, I'll pop it back in. So right on the top here, and it was obviously under this zipped flap. Right on the top I've got my clay from Louis Vuitton. That just houses medication, so I'll pop that there. Next to it I've got my phone, and I did put my phone in its case in here to just make sure that it did fit, and it does. Obviously I'm filming on my phone at the minute, so that just represents my phone. So that's the view with those two bits out. So they're really the only two bits, well, aside from the gloves, they're really the only two accessories that that were on top of other things that to stop me from getting to some of the stuff underneath. The rest of it I could quite easily get to. So I'll start at this side and we'll work down. So I've got my AirPods Pro headphones. Now, when I go back to work, I'll be driving, and in October, November, December in the UK, it can actually be really bright with the sun, so I wouldn't go anywhere without sunglasses. These are foldable Ray-Bans. I wouldn't necessarily need to keep these in my handbag. Again, I just wanted to see if they'd go in. These would probably just be kept in my car, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, I have found out that they will fit. So that's those few bits taken out from here. So tissues, because again, you know, in the autumn, winter, most people need tissues. I've got my 6 key from Louis Vuitton, which is actually quite fat, as you can see. So again, there we go, that's all the stuff sort of from here. I'm going to take my agenda out actually, because it's up against this back wall, kind of on top of my pencil case. It's sort of shoved, I'll show you, I'll take it out. So it was sort of like, if I can, there we go, it was sort of like shoved here. So it was like wedged in, so kind of on top of my pencil case and kind of not. So that's my PM agenda from Louis Vuitton, which I wouldn't necessarily need to take to work every single day, but it's nice that I know it can go in with other things. So that's what it looks like so far. So I've got my matching, you can see that there, my matching wallet for this bag. This is actually really, really bulky. You can see the profile of it there. It's quite a big, for a small wallet, it's quite big. And it just, there's nothing in it. Again, this was just for an experiment, but it's great, you know. I'll just quickly show you. It's got, you know, slots in an abundance. You've got 2 card slots there. You've got more card slots there, as you can see. A big section here. You've got another patch pocket, and then this coin section opens out massively. Look at that. Look at all the space you've got there. You could put extra cards in there. You could put, you know, coins in there, whatever you wanted. And then once it's down, this little keeper, it stays down, doesn't move, which is fantastic. And then you've got a space for notes. So it's just fantastic. I love this wallet. Even though it's bulky, it is really handy. I haven't actually used it that much, just digressing from this for a minute. Haven't used it. I'm going to. I will use it probably with this bag. It's a bit big for my small amberly satchel, unless I literally had my car key, you know, this wallet and my phone. That would probably be about as much as I'd get in that bag with this wallet. But certainly for a bigger bag, it's fantastic. And you know, for something like an never full, it would be great as well. So really, really loving that, even though I haven't used it, or haven't used it that much. So that's what it looks like. So we're getting down to the last few bits. So this is my pencil case from Mulberry. I have an unboxing of this on my channel if anyone's interested. I've just got some pens, some highlighters, a Sharpie marker, etc. in there, which again I wouldn't necessarily need to carry around in this bag at all times. I'd probably just leave that at work. And then we've got this Louis Vuitton pochette accessories that actually was closed. So you can see that's quite a bulky item, and again, you know, it fit in the bag with not much problem, so nothing really much of anything left now. So the final thing is my Lulu Guinness Micro Mini umbrella that obviously I had upright, so this bag will carry, you know, one of the super mini umbrellas quite easily. And then in the back pocket, there's a slip pocket inside this bag. Just got my usual mirror. And then just the information for the bag, so I'll just show you. So that's what it is. And that can go back inside the bag. And that's it, it's completely empty. And it has the branding. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. You can just see it catching the light just around this sort of section here. You can just see it there. It just says Mulberry. Yeah, and so for a work bag, if you're the sort of person that does enjoy a more structured bag and you wanted to carry less than this, or you wanted to just use it for a weekend bag or whatever, you know, if you're just going shopping, into town, you know, this is fantastic because it gives you the option to hold that little bit more. So I have my Mulberry Amberley satchel here, and it does just hold that little bit more. You saw all the stuff that I had in there, and yes, granted, as I said, there were a couple of bits that were just stacked on top of other bits, but I'm happy with that for a work bag. It's not something that I would necessarily be in and out of this bag all the time, toing and froing, you know, between work and home. So for me, that sort of setup works absolutely fine. And as you saw just a minute ago, my Amberley satchel is a lot smaller than this bag. So if you are just looking for something that's just that bit bigger, that's maybe a bit more dressy looking, then this would be a great option. So I really hope that this was a helpful video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Take care, and I will see you again soon in my next one. Before I go, before I forget, please, if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. It would really help me out. I would be so grateful to you if you would do that. It doesn't cost anything, it's completely free, you're not tied in. You can unsubscribe at any time. I hope you don't, but you can if you want to. And please click on like. All right, guys, again, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon in my next one. Bye-bye. Simba, good boy. You're so good. Are you going? Go on then. Good boy.